All right, so if you watch the first part of this video, this is where we are caught up to for part 2. We just drew our cylinder. So now we need to draw our horizon line. Remember, it can go above or through the object, but not below. Let's do it above the object again. And then let's shade under the object. So we've reviewed hatching, cross-hatching, and we did some scumbling in our shadow. So let's do stippling. Stippling is little dots. And let's go under the line with some little dots. If you get going too hard, you're going to end up making like lines and you might break your pencil. So just, you can go lightly. I'm not going very hard and I'm still able to make a mark. When you all are doing this, it's going to sound like rain. Okay, we have our background with a shade. Now we're going to do our light source straight up this time. It's going to come straight from the top. So the top of the cylinder is going to be really light, and then it's going to be darkest near the bottom away from that light. So we're going to follow that curve, and it's going to be super black by the bottom. As dark as you can get it to go with your pencil without breaking it. Then we're going to do another curved line. And that's going to be your dark gray. And then another curved line. That's going to be your middle gray. And then all the way up to the top is going to be light gray. Okay. And then we need to talk about our shadow. Our shadow would actually be under our object, so we wouldn't see it. If the light is straight above, there's nothing casting a shadow off to any side, so we don't see a shadow in this one. So we don't need to draw it. We're going to blend, and you don't blend stippling, so we can skip our table blending, and we're just going to start on the light up here. Blend down and go to the darkest. If you went out of the lines anywhere, you can hit it with an eraser, and then if you need to, just darken up that bottom a little bit if you blended too much away. Okay, next we have a pyramid. A pyramid is another shape that was really hard for me to remember when I was a middle schooler what it looked like. So the bottom is a square, which every square has 4 sides, right? So each of those sides is a triangle. So if I were going to cut out pieces and try to build this, I would need 4 triangles, 1 for each side, and I would need 1 square for the bottom. But when I draw this, I don't see all the sides all at once. So I'm going to see maybe one side more and then one side less on my pyramid. And then I need to draw my horizon line. Let's do it through the object this time. And let's color above. Let's just do hatching because it's the quickest. We can just do our lines to the side. Okay, and then we're going to have our light shining from the top left. So it's going to be really hitting the face on the back and giving the top some light. So down in this corner, I think it is going to be a little bit of value, but not super dark. But this side is going to be in the dark. And that shading on the object is really going to give it its 3-dimensional shape. Okay. And then we need to put our shadow on there. Our shadow is going to be opposite from our light source, so it's going to come off on this side. It's going to touch the darkest side of our object, and it's going to mimic the shape. So I just have a little triangle there, and I like to scumble darkest next to the object, and then get lighter as you come out. Scumbling is the little circles. Then we need to erase. No, let's blend first. Sometimes I need to erase after I blend. So might as well do it all at once. Erase the sides if you went out like I did. Then I'm going to do the lightest, which is the bottom corner down here. And my shadow, and then this side. If you blend it too far away, you can hit it again with your pencil. All right, that took a really flat triangle, and it looks a lot more 3-dimensional now. All right, next let's do the cone. And a cone is similar to a pyramid except for a square. Instead of a square in the bottom, it has a circle. but it still has that point on the top. Okay, and we're actually going to draw it the opposite. I would like you to draw the circle at the top, and remember it's going to end up looking like an oval, and then bring it down to a point. Let's do our horizon line above the object. Remember, not below, because then it would look like it was flying or floating. And let's scumble above this time. Little circles. This one can go pretty fast. We're going to have our light source straight over top, so draw your arrow on. So that means the top is going to be getting a lot of light, but the bottom away from the light is going to be really dark. Notice my line is curved to show that this object is a form and not just a flat shape. So curve that line there on the top, and that's your black, and then make your dark gray. Your middle gray. Each one of these is going to be curved coming up, and then your lightest color up here at the top. All right, for our shadow on this one, this is a weird shadow. This is why I wanted to do it this way. The top is a circle, and all of this circle is blocking the light coming down. So the bottom is going to also, the shadow is going to be a circle, or an oval, it's going to end up looking like. And it's going to be darkest right up next to the shape, and lighter as it goes out. Then we just need to blend. We're going to start with our lightest area. Don't forget your background. And go to your darkest areas. If you need to clean it up with an eraser. All right, one more, organic. All of the other ones were called geometric forms. They have very specific rules of how it exactly has to look. Organic is just like any kind of blob that doesn't have rules to follow, but it's still going to be three-dimensional. So let's draw, my blob's going to be flat on the bottom and something like that. Okay, let's do a horizon line above the object, and let's color below it. I'm just going to do some quick hatching. And then let's have our light shining from the top left. So the darkest is going to be down here. And you got to think about how would the blob go. Super dark down here, pretty dark down here. And then it's going to get lighter as it gets closer to the object. Maybe the top of this is getting a lot of light. Darker down here. And then we got to think about our shadow. Now this part, the shadow is going to be maybe under it, but this little overhang is definitely going to have a shadow sticking out. And there might be a little bit of shadow right here. And then we're just going to take and blend. So start with your lightest area. My background's pretty light on this one, so I'm going to start there. Try to leave the white spots white that were those highlights. Then blend the rest. And definitely blend that shadow. All right, you guys, that is a review of form. When you are done with this, you're going to leave it in the turn-in tray by the back door. Thanks so much. Bye.